What's up, guys? We are here at the International future site of the Live Golf event, and Zach and I are playing and we found the bunker, right? So I figure it's a great opportunity to show you guys two things that's going to improve your bunker game right now. Let's get to work. All right, guys, so tip number one is you have to understand you're not aiming the grooves, you're aiming the loft. So what do I mean? If you take a tee and you place that on the club face, what you'll realize is if I set my wedge down perfectly straight like a normal 80-yard wedge shot, then yes, the lines point to where I want to go. But when I open the face, that doesn't necessarily mean my face is pointed to the right. As you can see, the loft goes up. Now, here's the tip. When you hit a bunker shot, you don't want the lean because now the face goes to the right. So we want to hit bunker shots with almost no lean at impact. So the second half of your tip, the second nugget, understand this. It's like you're trying to hit a draw shot. So what do I mean by that, right? I'm not talking closing the face. I'm thinking more path, right? We want to feel like the club's getting kind of thrown by our hands and letting the club head shoot off to the right while keeping the loft, not the grooves, the loft pointed skywards. So the feel and the setup need to match. If I was trying to hit a draw bunker shot, I wouldn't aim way left with my body because that'll make me hit a slice bunker shot. I'll set up more square with my feet, ball position slightly forward, the face is open but the loft is still going up, and if I return this club correctly, with that feeling of losing shaft lean, this ball will splash out. So let's see if we can get a nice little dandy one here for you guys. Just like that. So, we talked about aiming loft, feeling the hook. The last little bit I'm going to leave you with is think about how much sand are you throwing onto the bunker, or out of the bunker, I mean. This bunker is perfect. I'm here to tell you the bunkers at the International are phenomenal. They only got 2 inches up under the lip, so the ball always rolls back down. It's great. But you notice how the divot wasn't that steep. It was a very shallow divot as far as the depth. I didn't have to dig very hard. So what we work on is managing the arc. At this point, I think it's well established. We all know you're supposed to hit a little bit behind the golf ball. So we're not changing point of entry. We're changing how much does it enter into the sand. And we're keeping it nice and clean and nice and shallow. If I want it to have more spin, I take less sand. If I want it to have less spin, I take more sand. So that one I took about what I would just say a stock bunker shot, nothing fancy. Splashed out, hit and release forward, and we got about, I don't know, 4 feet to go. Not a bad scenario, right? So with that in mind, work on how much sand you displace. So when we hit these shots, I'm gonna get another ball, I'm gonna show you how to draw a line, and we can start to work on that part of your bunker game. So we have the line everybody sees in the sand, right? That's where the divot's supposed to start. Now the next part we're gonna focus on is how far does the divot go through the sand as we splash this out, and we only need to cover a certain amount of distance. The less sand I take, the less the line goes past the ball. The more sand I'm trying to take, typically the more sand past the ball I start to splash out, right? So let's try and take one with a little less sand on this swing. So another good shot. Controlled the distance in which the divot went. So you see I entered about 1 inch behind the line I drew, traveled through, and it stayed nice and shallow and exited about right where I thought it should. If I don't take enough sand, it becomes a shorter divot. If I start taking too much sand, it starts to become a bigger divot. And by the way, I don't know if you can hit a bad bunker shot in these bunkers. They're amazing. So to recap it, guys, 2 things you need to do. forget about aiming the grooves, you're aiming the loft. And when you can do that, you can try to hit that draw shot, feel it coming more from the inside, squared up, and that will release the shaft lean and reduce your risk of throwing it off into right field or hitting the thin blade into the lip. The other factor is control how much sand you're throwing out of the bunker. Draw exit and entry lines and work on blasting that out within that margin to reduce or increase the amount of sand you should be taking to hit your bunker shots. So with that, thanks for watching the tip. If you liked it, like and comment below. Tell me what you want to see and tell me if Zach did a good job videoing this video for us. Until next time, gang, we're out.